Hello, this is Willpower Duquettes. As you can see, I'm sitting here hanging out on the balcony of my house just outside my master bedroom. You'll probably hear that bird in the background occasionally, maybe a helicopter go by or two. See my boat way down at the end of my 500-foot dock, and it's a beautiful day here. What I'm going to be teaching and training you about today is about negotiations. Both with real estate investing or any type of negotiations, you must be good at this. People often want me to train them on how to make money, how to be rich, how to make millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever it is you may be wanting to achieve in your life. And it all comes down to sales. I often go out and speak and ask audiences who would, like to become a millionaire or in the next 12 to 24 months or make at least $500,000 to $1 million per year in profit, not just in sales. Doing $1 million in real estate sales is no big deal. Those people that brag about $1 million in real estate sales and it's not their actual money they're bringing in per year, it's kind of sad to me, to be quite honest, because there's so much easier way that if somebody's going to be doing real estate investing to easily create $1 million per year in income and actual profits to yourself, not just in total sales where you get 3% commission as a real estate agent. So you should be getting a pen and a paper. I'm going to give you actual content on here. I'm not selling anything. There's nothing I sell except for me selling you on the idea of you being an amazing salesperson so you can actually build wealth into your life. I'm going to sell you on that, but there's nothing to purchase. I'm not going to sell you anything on this video. By the way, if I were going to sell you something on this video, you would buy it. Not because I'm just that good or because I'm a person of, massive influence. It's because when I create an offer, an irresistible offer, pretty much anybody who's willing to purchase my offers see more value in the actual dollars that I ask in return. So in order to build wealth, write this down. The very first thing I'd say is this. In order to build wealth, you must give others more value than what you're asking for. You see, if you create an irresistible offer for your sellers of a piece of real estate, whether it's a piece of real estate, whether it's this Rolex, whether it's this glass of water, tape, this pen, anything, whatever it is, it's actually your value of giving them more perceived value, not necessarily in dollars. So how do I give other people more value? Well, there's many different ways to buy and sell real estate. I'm going to focus on real estate on this video. Real estate investing, I've been doing about 16 years. I've taken every single book, tape, course, seminar I ever can get my hands on about it. I used to be a horrible negotiator. I tell all my new students, you're going to lose $200,000 to $300,000 in deals that you're just going to lose. You make mistakes. You say the wrong thing to a person, the wrong timing. You maybe make a joke to try and be funny with a person who's not that right personality type, and that you just turn them off and they're not going to do deals with you. I've done every single mistake that I'm going to share with you on this video. I keep wanting to call this a call on this video. So know that you got to make mistakes in order to win. In order to build wealth and to learn, you got to make mistakes. You got to be willing to make mistakes, because mistakes are nothing more than learning lessons. So this video is here to kind of help you overcome people's objections, to help you be more confident, to help you be ready to speak to different personality types and actually to assess different personality types. This is going to be one of a series of videos that I'm going to be recording, so look forward to those. I don't know if I'll always be out here on the deck, on my dock. I hope this is coming across clear for you. I hear a ton of noise. In fact, a hawk just flew by me, is what I looked up for a minute ago, because he actually had a fish in his talons as he flew by. I live in a really cool space and I love it. And I want you to have the same life and lifestyle that I've created. And it all came from real estate investing. I was a bartender many, many years. I was a mechanic. I did many, many things before I got into real estate investing. So nothing was more valuable to me than learning how to negotiate and structure sales. So real estate investing, when you're buying a piece of property, comes down to a few simple categories. One, pay all cash. If you're going to pay all cash, that's a very easy sale. It's just a matter of running the numbers, knowing how much it's going to cost to repair, how much your holding cost is going to be, how much your profit you're willing to do, and put a fudge factor in there, by the way, of what all your expenses you think may be, because I can tell you right now they're going to be more. And then you just make a cash offer, and it's kind of simple as far as figuring out the number you should pay for a property. But now what about when you're doing owner financing? Or if you're doing subject to, which means somebody's allowing you to take over their payments subject to the mortgage, where they sign the house over to you, the ownership over to you, but then the mortgage stays in their name. That's exactly what happened with this property I'm sitting in. That's what I do. I mean, I'm teaching you what I actually do. So first thing is, how are you going to purchase a property? And what I train people to do is kind of look at every single deal, start structuring it the exact same thing. Ask the same questions, because the first and foremost, my most favorite way to buy any piece of real estate, or anything into that matter, is to ask the sellers the simple question, would they sell it for what they owe on it? If there's a note or mortgage on it, or if it's a car or a boat or anything that they actually could have financed, are they willing to sell it to you for what they owe, their loan balance? Just to get rid of it for what they owe on it, are they willing to do that? So that's one of my very first questions after I start a rapport conversation. So first thing you want to do is build rapport. Ask them name, phone number, address, etc. about the property. Maybe what the reason for selling it is. Maybe something completely off topic. What do they do? Do they have any kids? And when I negotiate live in front of audiences, in front of the classes I do, people are amazed that for a good chunk of the conversation, I'm not talking about the real estate. And it depends on the personality of the person I'm talking to. So first, build rapport with them. And the rapport building process is to determine, what are they? Who are they? So there's three main personality types. So go ahead and write these down. There's three main personality types. Number one, and they're not in any order, by the way. I'm going to tell you the percentage of the population of each. So the first one is a thinker brain. Now, if you're a thinker brain, here's how you can determine what a thinker brain is. It's a person that needs to know all the details. It's a person that may be looking at this video going, my God, his thumbs keep popping in and out. He's not doing this perfectly. He's looking around. There's noise. He's got the water. He showed this glass of orange juice with a bug in it. No, I'm not going to drink it. And it's just not perfect. It's not correct. And that'll drive those people crazy. Trust me, it does. They want it very, very correct. Nothing wrong. It's just a personality type. They like, so here's what thinker brains like. By the way, that's 15% of the population is thinker brains. Now, when you identify a thinker brain, it's somebody who usually normally speaks slower, very methodical. They don't usually joke around a lot, and they're very serious type of people. It doesn't mean that they don't have fun. They're just more serious most of the time. Their expressions don't change a whole lot. They're not very expressive. So when you identify that type of person, you want to learn to slow down. So if I was talking to a thinker brain, I would give them all the facts. I would have structured the call, this video ahead of time, saying, here's exactly what I'm going to be covering. That's what they would have loved to have seen. So I kind of just do this on the fly to kind of show you and share with you that if you're a thinker brain, to realize that whether you're a thinker brain or one of the other two categories, you've got to be a chameleon. You've got to stop being that sometimes in order to close deals with some people. Because most people get stuck in their own personality types and they just can do business with that one personality type, and that's it. The challenge is that is only a small percentage of the population that you can do business with. I can actually communicate and do business and can negotiate and do deals with all personality types. I'm going to tell you three major, then there's 4 other categories, and then there's 37 other subcategories that I'm not going to get into on this video, by the way, so don't worry about that. I'm going to teach you the 3 top main ones immediately. So a thinker brain is somebody who's going to want to be very, very methodical. They're going to want all the information. They're going to want details. They're going to want to analyze the details, and then they're going to look at the details again. So that's a thinker brain. You're going to want to slow down with those type of people. Next is a reptile. By the way, that's about 15% of the population is thinker brains. The second one is reptile brains. Reptile brains are people that move very, very quickly. They don't need all the information. 30% of the information is fine. They're the CEOs of the companies of the world. Reptile brains create about 5% of the population, and those are people who own most of the wealth, to be quite honest, because they understand that moving quicker and faster grossly outweighs the being on task and 100%, because they get to actually get deals done and move quicker and faster and learn from their mistakes and move. Most people don't make money in real estate or any other transaction you're doing in any business because they don't move quick enough. And I'm a reptile brain, as you can tell. This is me slowing down, by the way, for this video. Reptile brains move very, very, very quickly. So if you're a thinker brain and you're trying to buy a house from a reptile brain, you are going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You won't like it. I can tell you right now, you won't feel comfortable. You won't think it's correct. You'll think they're doing it wrong. Sometimes you may think they're idiots. Sometimes we make mistakes. It's just what it is. But you have to get on their level if you want to buy their house. And that's what I'm talking about. So that's about 5%. So that's 20% so far, between 15% for the thinker, 5% for the reptile. Third is mammal brains. Mammal brains are the sheeple. Those that are like, the rest of the 80% of the population. 80% of the population want to do what everybody else is doing. They're the sheeple. They do what everyone else is doing. So when I pre-screen sellers on the phone, because it's 80% of the population, whether you can determine what personality type you're talking to or not, you'll know that if you use the words that mammal brains like, that it actually is the best way to negotiate with most people, because that's the masses, it's the most of the people. The cool thing about speaking to mammal brains and in their text, their conversation, what they like, the words, I'm going to share with you the words they love to hear, is they'll also, the same words will work with the other thinker brain and mammal brain, but with the thinker brains you want to slow down, with the reptile brains you want to speed up. That's it. So some of the words that mammal brains like, they like stuff like typically. So one of the things that I would say with a seller literally on the phone, I'd say, so let me ask you this, are you looking to sell your house for what you owe on it just to get rid of it? Simple question. And they'll say yes, no, or maybe. That's all they can say. If they say maybe, by the way, it's a yes. You just have to get them to that yes position. So if they say, well, I don't know, I need more information. I say, well, typically what I do, they love that. Mammal brains fall right in line. If you say typically and usually, all those type of words that include the group of people that normally do what you're asking them to do, that'll tip them to probably want to do what you're asking them to do as well. So thinker brain, mammal brain, reptile brain, mammal brains is probably the best way to go. So I like to negotiate, say, typically what I do in situations like yours is I take over the existing financing. I take over your payments. I let the house, the mortgage will stay in your name, and I'll pay those payments until I get your house resold, as long as your house qualifies. Is that something you'd be interested in doing? Very, very simple conversation. They tell me yes, no, or maybe from there, and depending on their answer from there will determine what else I say and which way I go. So there's timing, there's pacing, there's trust, there's pain solution. There's many more things coming in the videos to follow this, so make sure you tune in next time on continued negotiation with sellers, where I'm going to actually delve in a little bit deeper from where I just spoke to right now and expand upon this process and actually bring you full circle on how to negotiate like the champions of the world who are negotiating with people and making tons and tons of money in real estate investing. There goes another hawk flying right by me. I'll see you guys real soon. This is Willpower Duquette saying, don't be afraid to sell, don't be afraid to buy, and don't be afraid to negotiate as hard as you can to get what you want. Because in life, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. Talk to you real soon. Take care.